Okay, let's have a look at this concept of distributed hypermedia. What happens is that we have so many different websites online on the World Wide Web, right? Some websites are big, for example, Facebook or Google or YouTube. They might reside on one server, or the whole website might reside on several servers connected together. And then some websites are small. Let's say my personal website or your personal website. We might have several websites on one server. One server hosts, for example, 20 websites. That is possible, right? Now, no one can actually claim how many websites there are on the internet, or rather on the World Wide Web, sorry, because every time there's always a new website being created. So it's hard to know how many websites you have. So when you want to find a certain resource, you want a certain picture, you want a certain image, and etc., it will be hard for you to go from website to website. Website B, website um, a river is flowing, some all of these websites beginning with the letter A, World Wide Web dot A something something, right? You have to go through one by one until you get your resource, and then all of these websites have pages upon pages upon pages. So how do you search for things? Of course, search engines. Search engines make life easier for us over on the internet, over on the World Wide Web, because they actually does the searching for us, and then we just type it inside there. There will be like a box, right? We'll call it a query box, right? Query, right? Meaning to say that you make a query to a search engine. Now, how do search engines work? What happens is that first, search engines will visit and collect information, meaning to say that search engines will have certain agents which will go to these websites one by one and collect information. It's like imagine going to a shop one by one and asking the shopkeeper, what do you sell here? What service do you provide? Right? So one by one, and they collect information. They just write it down. What's the shop like? What pictures are there? What videos are there? What's the name of the website? How do they describe themselves? Is it popular? Is there a lot of visitors coming? They collect all of these information, right? And then they um, rank and score, right? Meaning to say that they give some kind of a ranking. Okay, this website is on what, right? And how do I rank it? Is it because of relevance? Is very relevant? Is it because of popularity? So different search engines will have different methods of ranking, and then they store it. They list it inside a database, right? And then once we make our query, meaning once you start searching, right, it will try and match your search query, your search term, to the files and lists of websites it has inside its ranking database, ranked database. So it's already sorted according to rank. Now, all of these agents have some kind of a name. The first one is done by what we call the web crawler, or spider, web crawler. Get it? Right? The next one is called an indexer. Right? It will actually index these things. Oh, I have this data, now I put it into index, I put it into a database. Right? And the last one is called a query processor. It will match your search term with whatever is inside the database. Now, I think you have conducted a lot of searches before, online searches. And when or if you do this, what happens is that you will notice that the search result is in the millions. Millions, right? So you will have, or maybe even billions, right? In some cases, I might have billions, 1 or 2 billions. So that's a lot of results. So how do we know which results are the most relevant to us? Of course we know. It's the first 5 results. Actually, no, right? That is based on the ranking of the search engines, meaning to say that they'll actually supposedly they'll automatically say, okay, I know these files are relevant for you, just trust me lah, just the first 5. We rarely go to the second page, third page, fourth page, and etc. Now, because of that, if you really trust your search engine, it's fine. But a lot of times we still have to add more to our search terms. Search terms, which is the things that we put inside the box, inside the search box, before we click on the glass, the magnifying glass, right? So because of that, you can actually use search operators. When you use search operators, you are actually helping the query processor match your search query with the files inside their database, inside their index database, right? So you want to do something with that. Let's say, for example, if you search for Help University, just a generic search like that, what happens is that the query processor will match it with as much files inside the database as possible. It will match all the websites that has the word help, all the websites that has the word university, and all the websites that have the word help and university in whatever form. It can be help university, or university help in a different page, or university help, or help university. So you have so much inside your search results. So you have less things inside your search results, so you specify really, I'm not looking for help or university, I'm looking for help university as a whole. So you can do something like this. Quotation marks, that is called. This is one kind of search operator. When you do this, your search result will only contain the phrase or term help university exactly the way you put it, right? Help university with one space in the middle, right? No less, no more. You can specify further. For example, you can say, I only want to look at degree programs, right? So you can say, and degree, for example. You can say, I don't want A levels or foundation and etc. So you can say, not pre-university. For example, right? So you can mix and match these operators. All of these, for example, and not, and these quotation marks, these are all called search operators. It will help the query processor find the exact files that you want. You can actually go to, for example, google.com and try and find what other operators it has. For example, you might find operators such as cite, file type, and etc. These will all help you specify your search terms. So you pinpoint to exactly the files that you want. So you get it immediately and get it quickly. Right? And so that is what we have about search engines. Next we'll talk about why the web is really relevant for business.